Assalamu alaikum, my dear friends. May the infinite peace, mercy, and blessings of the Creator fill your homes, heal your hearts, and bring light to your darkest days. He stood before a roaring fire built by an entire city just to burn him alive. He had no army standing behind him. He had no weapons in his hands. He had absolutely no earthly way to escape. Just minutes later, he was thrown into those monstrous flames, and he did not burn. But the real miracle, the absolute undeniable miracle, was not that the fire suddenly turned cold. The real miracle was the absolute peace in his heart before he even touched the flames. My dear friends, as we journey together through these stories of faith, I invite you to join our growing family. Taking a moment to subscribe to our channel helps us share these beautiful reminders with the world. And it means so much to me. Now, let us walk back in time and uncover the secret behind this miraculous peace. Think of the most terrifying moment of your entire life. Go back to that exact second in your mind. Maybe the earth shook violently beneath your feet during a massive earthquake. Maybe you woke up to the smell of thick, choking smoke filling your hallway. Maybe you were sitting in a sterile hospital room staring at a doctor's mouth moving, delivering news that made the entire room spin. Your heart hammered against your ribs like a trapped bird. Your hands turned completely numb. Your breath caught in your throat, refusing to go down. The world lost all its color. Now, imagine living in that exact physical state, with that exact crushing weight on your chest every single minute of your entire life. Imagine if that terror never faded, never washed away, never gave you a single moment to catch your breath. Life would be an absolute nightmare. You would not be able to eat, sleep, or even look at the faces of your loved ones without bursting into tears. But you do not live in that state. Eventually, the heart slows down. The trembling stops. You take a deep breath. You sit on your couch. You drink a warm cup of tea, and you feel safe. Who gave you that safety? Who reached into your chest and pulled out the burning coals of panic? Who placed a cool, gentle blanket of tranquility over your racing mind? It is Allah, and He does this through His beautiful, majestic name, Al-Mumin. Al-Mumin is the giver of peace. He is the granter of security. He is the one who steps into the chaotic storms of our lives and commands the winds of fear to stop blowing. He is the ultimate source of safety in a universe that is constantly moving, shifting, and breaking apart. Let us travel to a dusty, quiet desert landscape thousands of years ago. A man stands near the base of a massive, silent mountain. His name is Prophet Moses, peace be upon him. He wears rough, simple garments. He holds a smooth wooden staff in his right hand, a staff he has leaned on for years to herd his sheep. The sun beats down on the sand. The air is completely still. The voice of the Creator echoes, commanding him to throw his wooden staff onto the ground. Prophet Moses drops the wood. He watches it hit the yellow sand. Suddenly, the wood twists. It thickens. Scales ripple across its surface. It begins to writhe and slither rapidly across the dirt, hissing violently. Prophet Moses turns his back immediately. His sandals kick up thick clouds of dust as he runs away. He does not look back. He is entirely human, and his human instincts scream at him to flee from this massive, terrifying serpent. His chest heaves, sweat rolls down his forehead. Then the divine voice speaks again. The Creator tells him to approach. The Creator tells him not to fear. The Creator tells him that he is among those who are secure. Prophet Moses stops running. He turns around. He looks at the terrifying creature, and in that very second, the crushing, paralyzing fear evaporates from his blood. He walks slowly back toward the serpent. He bends down. He extends his bare hand toward the venomous head. How does a man do this? A few words spoken into the air do not simply erase human terror. If you tell a terrified person not to be afraid, they usually panic even more. But this was not just a command. This was a divine intervention. Allah manifested His name, Al-Mumin, directly into the heart of Prophet Moses. The Creator literally removed the physical sensation of fear from his chest and replaced it with an unbreakable, ironclad shield of security. This is the power of Al-Mumin. He does not just change the situation around you, He changes the universe inside you. Let us move to another era, to a crowded, hostile city. A young man named Prophet Abraham, peace be upon him, stands bound by heavy, rough ropes. Thousands of angry faces stare at him, their eyes full of hatred. The heat in the air is unbearable. A fire so massive, so hungry, roars furiously just a few yards away. The flames lick the sky, turning the clouds dark with thick, greasy smoke. The heat is so intense that birds flying far above drop dead from the sky. The people place this young man into a massive wooden catapult. They are going to launch him through the air into the center of the inferno. Look at his face. Look closely at his eyes. There are no tears of panic. His knees are not buckling. He is not screaming for mercy. He looks at the roaring, blazing death waiting for him, and his face is completely calm. The wind rustles his hair. He is breathing steadily. When the angels rush down, offering to save him, offering to bring rain, offering to destroy the city, he gently declines. He says that the Creator is sufficient for him, and He is the best disposer of affairs. The catapult releases. The ropes snap tight. He flies through the scorching air, surrounded by flying sparks. Before his body ever touches the flames, before the Creator commands the fire to become cool and peaceful, the miracle has already happened. The miracle happened while he was still tied up on the ground. Allah, Al-Mumin, had enveloped his heart in absolute, unshakable security. The fire outside could not burn his skin because the fire of fear inside him had already been entirely extinguished by the giver of peace. Now, let us travel to a dark, suffocating space. It is a small, rough cavern carved into the side of Mount Thar. The air inside is stale and hot. Two men sit on the rocky floor, their knees pulled up to their chests. One is Prophet Muhammad, peace and blessings be upon him. The other is his dearest friend, Abu Bakr. Oh, may Allah be pleased with him. Outside the cave, the blinding sun beats down on the rocks. Heavy, angry footsteps crunch against the gravel. The men of Quraysh are hunting them. They have swords drawn. They are furious. They are looking for blood. Abu Bakr looks down at the dirt floor. He sees the shadows of the hunters moving across the entrance of the cave. He can hear the heavy breathing of their enemies. He can hear the metal of their swords clinking. He looks at the prophet, his voice barely a whisper, shaking with pure terror. He says that if any of those men just look down at their own feet, they will see them. They will be slaughtered. Prophet Muhammad, peace and blessings be upon him, does not flinch. He sits in the dark, dusty cave, completely surrounded by armed killers. He looks at his terrified friend. his voice is soft, steady, and incredibly calm. He asks Abu Bakr what he thinks of two people when Allah is the third with them. He tells him not to grieve and not to fear, because Allah is with them. Right at that moment, an invisible, heavy blanket of profound peace descends upon the cave. The Quran calls it sakina, a divine tranquility. The panic leaves Abu Bakr's chest. The heavy, suffocating anxiety vanishes. Outside, the enemies stare at a fragile, silver spiderweb spun across the rocks. They stare at a bird sitting quietly on its nest. They turn around and walk away. But the victory was not the spiderweb. The victory was the absolute absence of fear in the heart of the prophet while swords hovered just inches from his neck. That is Al-Mumin. We look at these incredible stories and we think they belong only to the ancient past. We think these grand miracles of safety only belong to the chosen prophets. But my dear friends, the reality of Al-Mumin is breathing in your life right now, at this very second. You wake up in the morning and step out of your front door. You get into a heavy metal machine and drive down a highway at 70 miles an hour, surrounded by thousands of other metal machines. You do not grip the steering wheel in a state of absolute, screaming panic. You turn on the radio. You drink your coffee. You think about your workday. You put your small, fragile children onto a yellow school bus. You watch them drive away into a world full of dangers. You go back inside, wash the dishes, and trust they will return safely in the afternoon. Why do you not lose your mind with worry? Because Al-Mumin has placed a veil of security over your heart. Oh, he gives you the ability to function, to trust, to live without being paralyzed by the endless possibilities of disaster. If he lifted that veil for even 10 seconds, we would all collapse onto the floor, unable to breathe from the sheer terror of what could happen to us. But there is a day coming when that veil will be lifted from the entire world. A day when the earth will shake with a violence we cannot comprehend. The oceans will boil and turn to fire. The mountains, massive rocks of granite and stone, will turn to dust and float away like tufts of wool in the wind. It is the day of judgment. The terror of that day is so absolute, so consuming, that the Quran paints a picture that breaks the human heart just to imagine. A mother, the most protective, loving force on this planet, will be holding her nursing infant to her chest. Oh, when the great earthquake strikes, the sheer unimaginable panic will wipe her mind completely blank. She will drop her baby. She will run away, completely forgetting the child she would have gladly died for the day before. Pregnant women will drop their burdens from the sheer shock. People will stagger around, bumping into each other, their eyes wide and glazed, looking completely intoxicated. But they will not be drunk on wine. They will be drunk on pure, undiluted terror. The heat will be suffocating. The sky will crack open. The reality of the hellfire will be brought forward, roaring and pulling at its chains. Every single human being will be shaking. Every soul will be terrified, except for one group of people. There will be people standing on that day, watching the stars fall and the mountains crumble, and their hearts will be perfectly still. They will feel no panic. They will feel no anxiety. The angels will walk up to them, their faces shining with light, and say, "This is your day which you were promised." Who are these people? How can anyone be calm when the universe is literally tearing itself apart? They are the ones who lived their lives under the shade of Al-Mumin. They are the ones who protected their faith in this world. They are the ones who brought good deeds, who gave charity when they were poor, who forgave when they were angry, who prayed in the quiet darkness of the night while everyone else was sleeping. Because they sought security from Allah in the temporary world, Allah will grant them eternal security in the next. He will fulfill His promise to them. That is another beautiful meaning of Al-Mu'min. He is the fulfiller of promises. He never breaks His word. He promised that those who believe and do righteous deeds will have no fear upon them, nor will they grieve, and as the sky breaks apart, He will keep that promise. Right now, in your life today, what is keeping you awake at night? Is it a fear about your finances? Are you staring at bills piled up on your kitchen table, wondering how you will survive the month? Is it a fear about your health? Are you waiting for a test result, feeling a heavy knot in your stomach every time the phone rings? Is it a fear about your children? Are you watching them grow up in a confusing, dark world, terrified that you cannot protect them? We try to find security in our bank accounts. We build tall fences around our houses. We buy the best insurance policies. We chase after job titles and powerful friends, thinking that if we just get enough money, enough status, enough control, we will finally be safe. But it is all an illusion. A tiny, invisible virus can shut down the entire globe. A single phone call can wipe out a fortune. The things of this world can never provide true safety because they are temporary, fragile, and completely out of our control. True security only comes from the giver of security. When you feel the dark, cold fingers of anxiety creeping up your chest, when you feel the walls of your life closing in on you, do not run to your bank account. Do not run to your social media. Run to Al-Mumin. Fall to your knees. Press your forehead against the floor. Feel the ground beneath you and speak to Him. Tell Him about the fears that you are too embarrassed to tell anyone else. Tell Him about the panic that grips you in the middle of the night. Ask Him to pour His sakina, His divine tranquility, into your chest. Ask Him to do for you what He did for Prophet Moses in the desert. Ask Him to do for you what He did for Prophet Abraham in the fire. Ask Him to do for you what He did for Prophet Muhammad in the dark cave, because He is the same Creator. His power has not diminished. His mercy has not dried up. He is waiting for you to stop carrying the weight of the world on your own fragile shoulders and to hand it over to Him. When you truly internalize the name Al-Mumin, your entire perspective on life changes. You realize that you cannot control the wind, but you know the one who does. You realize that you cannot stop the fire, but you know the one who commands it to be cool. You realize that you are never, ever truly alone. My dear friends, let us raise our hands and our hearts right now in this moment. O Al-Mumin, the giver of absolute peace and security. We come to you with hearts that are easily frightened and minds that are constantly worrying. We ask you to strip the illusion of control away from us and replace it with a deep, unshakable trust in you. Protect our families from the evils of this world, both seen and unseen. Pour your divine tranquility into the hearts of our brothers and sisters who are living in war zones, who are waking up to the sounds of destruction. Give them the peace of the cave. Give them the coolness of the fire. O Al-Mumin, when the earth shakes on the final day, and when the terror grips the souls of humanity, please do not let us be among the terrified. Let us be among those who are greeted by the angels with smiles. Let us be among those who cross the bridge safely, walking into your eternal gardens of peace. Guide us, forgive us, and never leave us to ourselves for even the blink of an eye. Thank you for spending this beautiful time with me today, walking through the incredible history of our faith and discovering the profound peace of Al-Mumin. Please do not forget to subscribe to our completely free channel, leave a comment sharing your thoughts, and share this message of peace with someone who might be struggling with anxiety today. May the deep, beautiful security of Al-Mumin wrap around your heart tonight and forever. Until we meet again, I leave you in the perfect protection of the Creator.